Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So y'all, let me tell you, I feel like I've gotten a lot done, but not enough that I want to see. I did unpack some boxes, but what I will tell you is ever since these raised beds have been built, I have been trying to get them planted with a lot of the fall vegetables, herbs, and flowers just to get something growing. And then I've started some seeds, but they're some of the fast growing seeds, but I just wanted to put something in the beds to not leave them bare. So we'll see how that works. I'll give you a tour. I got about 2 that need to be planted. I've got 2 that are pretty much full packed with things. And so I'm just gonna let them grow. I still have to go and look for a couple of other things, and I got some seeds started, but we are going to pack them as much as we can. But this is what I wanted to talk to y'all about today, because I know that I've shared with you that I'm putting myself on like a schedule with phases. But seriously, as I was out here planting, my eye drew me to a spot in the front yard that I'm about to get ready to show you in a minute, that my creative juices are starting to flow. And since this is fall for us here in Georgia, and Georgia is a great time for planting perennials, I'm really thinking hard about this. So what I'm about to show you, I want y'all to really put in the comments, what do you think? Because I know I'm supposed to be on schedule. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm about to take you where my eyes drew me to today while I was out and about. And let me just tell you this. I am seriously going to make this a homestead. That's the ultimate goal. I got so many plans, but I want to take it in phases. I want to take it slow and steady. But as I was in the back looking towards the front, I was like, you need to do this. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I always say make sure you follow the sun when it comes to planting different things. But this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me go through the gate real quick. As I was in the back looking at the way this sun was falling on this front, I was like, why not put some fruit trees up here? When we got the raised beds put in, only one person came out. A couple other people were supposed to come out and show us where the lines were. But as you can see right here, this is like the cable line and my shadow. But as I was looking, y'all, look at all this sun, this evening sun that gets in this space right here. I'm not finna leave this all grass. I was thinking about, because I love peaches, I was actually thinking about planting some peach trees either along this end right here. I don't know how many, but they do have peach trees available. And I was like, just look at all this beautiful sun along this fence line that could potentially be fruit trees, and in particular peaches, because that's what I saw. I saw peaches and I saw apples. I'm just looking right here, like all of this sun coming in. You need to plant some fruit trees right here. Look at all of this sun, and this is the evening sun. Now, again, this is north facing that way, and then this is no, this is east, y'all. This is east. Remember, the sun sets in the rises in the east and it sets in the west. And this is the south. This is the north. But as I am looking at the way this sun is shining right here, I can plant at least about 4 peach trees, probably more. I want to plant a lot of fruit, but I've been particular seeing peaches and apples. And what I will do, I will keep them at a height where it's for like a home fruit orchid. Not to where I don't want to let it go to where I just cannot like maintain it and then it gets so high. So I will keep them kind of pruned and cut. But eventually my plan seriously was to put hay racks along here with different flowers, but just look at all of this sun that comes in this space right here. Like, I would be crazy not to utilize this. And like I was telling Chris, it's, to me, I feel like it's, I don't know if it's an even amount of front and back, but it's a lot of front yard that can be utilized. And I just feel like this right here along this line, I think we're gonna make this some peaches right here, possibly some apples, because let's walk over here. We do have a crab apple tree over here. Now, when I was younger, my grandmother had a crab apple, but like I tell people, we didn't do anything with crab apples. It was beautiful. The blooms were beautiful. We would probably take a bite or two off of a couple of them, but most of the times we just throw them at each other as kids. Like, my grandmother didn't like go pick the crab apples. I know you probably can make crab apple jelly and things like that, but she didn't do that. So they are ripening. Y'all let me know if you use crab apple. Do you make crab apple jelly? Because there's a lot on here. It seriously is a lot, if you can see. Definitely a lot of crab apples on here, but we never really did anything with crab apples. I just love the blooms on them. Another thing that I'm going to, let me show you this real quick. So lots of crab apples. Y'all put in the comments, have you made crab apple jelly? What do you do with crab apples? Like I said, we would eat them, but maybe one or two, but we will also throw them at each other as cousins. You know, this right here is a cherry tree. I want to look and see if, I want to look and see next year, does it produce cherries? It was not any on here when we moved in, so I don't know, but it's a cherry tree. But I'm just looking at this whole space right here. That's a crepe myrtle tree right here. And I'm eventually going to plant like different flowers and things, but as I was in the back looking in the front, I was like, if you don't plant some fruit trees with all of this, you would be crazy. You would absolutely be crazy. That's what I'm thinking. Y'all let me know. Eventually we're gonna do something with this as well. I don't know if I want to do roses or not. This was actually a pear tree. I don't think it produces, so I'm gonna see what this does next season. If it doesn't do anything, that's gonna come down as well too. But this is what I have been having my eye on. I'm like, it's too much space. You have got to at least plant some fruit trees. Today, as a matter of fact, and y'all check your local garden centers, because a lot of them are putting a lot of the perennials on clearance. This is when I get a lot of my perennials. But they actually had citrus on sale, 50% off. Let's walk back here to the back. They had citrus 50% off, and I started to get crazy, but I say, okay, keep your eye on what's important. The citrus here, I am going to bring it in because it does get a little bit colder here. So I'm going to bring it in with the frost. Eventually we are going to get a greenhouse, so I'll put it in the greenhouse, but right now it's going to go in the basement. Like if it drops below, we'll say 32, just to see how it does. But let me show you what we got. These are nandinas right here. I don't know if I want to keep these either. I know this is totally off subject, but these are nandinas. I don't know. I'll have to see about that. That's coming up too. But I have been seriously planting. So make sure you're subscribed, because I'm going to give you like a full garden tour. Because what I will tell you is, since it's a little bit later in the season, normally we like to start our own seeds. Since a little bit later in the season, I've had to buy a lot of vegetables and a lot of flowers, and I'm okay with that, because for the next season I'm going to start mostly all of my seeds inside and get ready. But let me show you some of the citrus that we've picked up today. So I picked up 2 key limes, which is in here. I just put them in here. I'm not hiding them for Chris, y'all, but I just put them in here. I'm gonna just say that and just be done with it. I got a Meyer Improve lemon, and all of these were 50% off. Like, they had all the citrus trees at my local garden center, all 50% off. This is two key limes, and then one was like a Persian. Yeah, this is the Persian lime right here, and one actually had a lime growing on it. I don't know if this was the one or not, but I pulled out one and I was like, oh wow, a lime is growing on here. But we're not gonna, we ain't gonna do it today, y'all. I wanted to show you that it was a real lime growing on here. I was talking to the lady at the garden center because I was telling her, she was wondering if these produce, and I said, yeah, they produce. I've bought these in the past. Normally I'll get my citrus when I was in Savannah in the winter months, and they'll produce blooms, but you could see one coming on right here, and it was some flowers. Now I know when I turn this camera off, then I'll be like, oh, here it is right here. It's a little small lime from the Persian lime. I don't know if it'll get any bigger, but we definitely got to put those in bigger pots. But again, I am going to overwinter them, so if I need to put them in the garage or the basement, I will do it. But I don't think I want to put them in these containers right here, because once you put the soil in here, these containers are a lot to move. So I may pot them up to just a little bit bigger type of container, and then like maybe next season we'll pot them up bigger, just to save myself from having to move anything so heavy. Okay, so y'all let me know what you think about that area, because I'm gonna turn the camera around one more time. At first I was thinking about doing the fruit orchid like in the back. I do want this tree to come down right here. I looked it up. It was, I can't remember what it was. Chris wants that pine tree to come down. This is a huge pine tree. But like I was telling him, I was like, I don't know. It's two different pine trees, but I wanted like this pine tree here. I wanted to make like a pine tree salve, pine tree cleaner. But this is like the only branch that I probably could, like reach or get a ladder and have access to. All of the others I don't have access to. So I don't know. We're still in contemplation on the pine trees, because my dad was saying that back in the day, I think I've shared this with y'all. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just telling you what was passed down to us, that my great grandmother would actually take the resin of these pine trees, and it was good for like rheumatoid arthritis. And he did take like the bark or something off of here and show you how you got it. But this is like the only one I could like get to. This tree right here, that tree right here, those are pear trees. But if you look at all the trees, and if you look at where the sun at, I feel like it's just not getting enough sun back here. It was about maybe 10 pears on this tree. I told y'all when I first got here, I didn't see any squirrels, but one day I was coming back here and it was a squirrel that jumped off the tree, and then like a pear rind fell down. So I guess he was just up, just eating pears. So we'll have to see about this, because I don't know if I want that tree to come down either. And that one, because the guy right across the street, he has a tree service, and he's already told us that if we want some trees taken down, definitely give him a call. There was a nut that I looked up. I have an app that was really different that was growing back here, and I'll share that with y'all at another time. They said it was edible, but I'm just really trying to see what all we have growing back here, and eventually some of this gotta come down, but we'll see. But I do want a greenhouse probably back here as well. So I just wanted to just share that with y'all. Let me stop rambling, because that's what I'm doing. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Like, even if I walk up here now and it's the evening time, look at the beautiful sun that this front yard is getting. And I think it would be perfect for peach trees. I think it would be perfect for apple trees. I love peaches and apples probably about the same. Like, I can eat both. Oh, plum trees too, y'all. I would probably have to order them online. It's just that I went to the garden center and I've seen a lot of peaches and I've seen a lot of apple trees. So I'll probably start off with the peach trees, but just look at all this beautiful sun that it gets. And so I think if I don't do anything but start off with maybe 4, you know, that would be great for me to do, just to have some peaches. And I think they will be good because I grew up on peaches. Georgia is the peach state, you know. But I grew up on peaches, and I grew up on plums, scupperdines, muscadines. The neighbors across the street, they have scupperdines and muscadines growing. I really don't like them. I don't, but my mom does. But they were like, hey, when y'all get ready, just come over whenever they're ready. You don't have to say anything. And they have the horses out there, and they're so beautiful. But just look at the sun. And as I'm looking up in the sky, y'all, I doubt if you can see it, but do y'all see the moon? Like right there. It's not quite a full moon yet, but that's amazing. Right here. It's just absolutely beautiful. So wanted to share that with you. Make sure you put in the comments, what are your thoughts? I think that if once I get done planting these 4 raised beds, if they still have them, I'm probably gonna get them. Even if I don't, yeah, I'll probably plant them too. I was gonna say, even if I don't plant them now and wait till next spring, I'll probably plant them. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It won't take me long to plant them. I just want to make sure I don't hit any lines or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure I'll plant them, get them to growing, because I'm thinking in the next, 2 to 4 years, we'll have peaches, and they go a long time. This actually, I looked this up, and it was supposed to be like a mulberry tree, so I'm going to see about that too. I don't want to start cutting any trees down until I see, and something's going on with these leaves right here too. Something's going on, and I'm looking at the tree bark on it as well. But I don't want to just start cutting things down without seeing if it produces. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, again, let me know your thoughts. We're going to make this into a homestead. I'm going to try to get everything together because, again, I was supposed to do these in phases. Like next season, it was supposed to be working on the fruit orchid and the chicken coop. But with the way I keep seeing these fruit trees, I don't know, we might have to speed it up a little bit. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. Put it in the comments. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next video, bye-bye.